Welcome one and
And
all to episode 13, where today we're going to talk about
we
random
think,
stuff like always. Anyways, you can
Is
take
okay, we
it
still haven't figured out the transition from old podcast to new podcast, so you get another cod pass today.
Cope.
Congratulations. If you don't like it, then fuck you. I don't care.
You can go cope, sieve, and mold.
At the same time.
Yes. Simultaneously coping, molding, and seething.
We're starting up with great words from the
The
It's
Great War,
amazing,
like the
amazing, and
Sabaton, like the Sabaton album and song.
insightful words from Chewbacca.
I can't read that.
You
Can you
can't read in Wookiee.
Yeah, I think that's kind of obvious. How about you, Australian Ranger? Can you read it?
It's cried. It is very emotional. It is a very emotional quote. Look, I'm tearing up just thinking about it now again.
Yes.
Thank
Um,
I think. I honestly don't know. I'm scared. What is that?
What? It looks like it's supposed to be for an artillery
I-
piece.
Fun fact,
I love that
Margaret-
image.
Margaret
true.
Thatcher's grave? Or the one above it, the tank? Just saying, Margaret Thatcher's grave is the best neutral bathroom in the world. Gender neutral bathroom in the world. It is 100%
So, from the official words of the Australian Ranger in events, Rich probably won't be here, so Rich is filling in. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you get to hear.
That's why we have light bulb,
Hello.
because Rich is dead.
Yes, Romania.
No.
Australia.
No, animator. Gambling, not hoggers.
Buggers? No.
Why is Romania connected to Australia?
Just
Don't
imagine
question it.
Romania managing to colonize Australia. Never mind the fact the logistical.
We are now Romanian.
To
Wait,
Ignore the fact that Romania is actually just attached to Australia. No,
Hopefully it
gambling
destroyed
not
Perth in the
good.
process. No. Maybe we should seek some medical help.
Okay, maybe. You said gambling, so
Or what, are you gambling livers or something? Or kidneys?
Why'd you go to that for
Unexpected.
first thoughts?
anyway, VC kind of died. VC chat, give us something to fucking talk about. And Yamato, stop posting fucking memes.
Oh.
We only post memes when times are getting desperate in the podcast. And this is way too early to be resorting
Getting
to desperate
desperate.
measures. So yeah.
Like 70% skill.
We need Rich.
Rich is asleep.
Yeah,
Are you feeling it now?
Oh, I got a great idea. Okay, so we sneak into Rich's room and we record him while he's sleeping. Perfect idea. That will get everyone to the podcast.
Yes.
Good luck Good luck sneaking into a military dorm, you fuckwit.
Yes. What could possibly go wrong?
The end of your life.
Probably.
Again, what could
That
possibly
is
go wrong?
trespassing on federal property and is legally considered treason.
Not if I take landmines with me.
No, that's even worse. That basically just goes from a 50% chance of death to a 80% chance of death.
Okay, not if I bring copious amounts of landmines.
No, that's 100%, because you were carrying high explosives
Yes.
into a military base.
Yes, to sneak into Rich's bed.
You're going to
Hello,
put the... Now, okay, are you putting the landmines in Rich's bed, or are you putting you in Rich's bed?
Both.
Clarify. Okay, Yamato's go for Rich, got it.
why are we already resorting to creepy measures? Why?
That, or I could go sneak a couple of landmines with myself into Julius's bed.
Maybe it'll wake the fucker up.
Alright then, animator, sure.
Also,
Okay,
Julius,
Rebecca, you shouldn't be so disturbed by someone turning D&D into dicks and dicks. We're in JJB of all places.
Yes.
You shouldn't be surprised.
Penises are normal when it comes to anything Julius related.
Coming at the topic.
Like, the fuck you expecting?
Like, why only now? Why hasn't this occurred in the previous episodes?
I think in previous episodes I've also been horny and I've simped for Julius as well.
You really have.
Peanut Guy is here.
Mercy!
Mercy! Welcome.
We have reached our everyday goal of 10.
I'm going to say having Mercy in the podcast.
No, that's usually a given, but apparently they forgot it was fucking Saturday.
Good job.
And they only realized when I said, "Hey, we can only do like one more game because podcast is soon." It's like, wait, it's podcast day? You fuckwit! It's Saturday.
Good job.
Nice.
Nice.
Extra good job not using VC chat. I don't know if you're talking anywhere else or not, but
I find
you're definitely
myself
not in VC chat.
playing TF2 today. It was enjoyable.
Good. Still good.
A long holiday. Okay, sure. Very interesting stuff.
Me, Napoleon. Also, well, I'm not attacking you, I'm attacking Mercy.
No, he's
How was
attacking
I
you.
supposed to know it was Saturday? I don't know, look at the fucking calendar.
What's a calendar?
Or like the thing.
Or literally just look down in the bottom right of your screen. It'll tell you.
What is the bottom right of my screen? I don't know.
Something
I'm going to
about
punch you.
time and
I'm going to punch you into Tasmania.
No. Not Tasmania.
Wait, that's only a wait, that's only a Windows thing?
Oh, yeah, right. I could probably expand on the whole server military.
Why?
the,
That's
server colonies.
stupid. Why? That's like it's just convenient.
Oh, I got an idea. What place would this server colonize? Like, where exactly? Would it be in the New World, Australia,
Ryan's day to day.
China,
I mean,
Africa, etc.?
if you want to get technical, it's Sunday for me. So
It's not Sunday yet.
well,
I still
15
have
minutes.
14 minutes.
Also, why is the 5th of February France Day?
God,
Oh wait,
tomorrow's gonna.
that's a holiday.
It's basically what day is it today in
God, yesterday
France?
was bad.
Yeah,
in
I
France.
barely remember my. Okay, that's a whole nother thing. That's just boring memory loss. Austria, we ride at dawn.
I think I got an idea for a topic.
Go ahead, hit us.
No.
Not literally.
Actually, yes, we need something to fucking talk about. Go.
Server colonies. What place would this server colonize?
Probably the horniest place first.
Panama.
Where would that be?
But not
Wait.
the Panama Canal part of Panama. Like North Panama.
North Panama.
Caribbean.
How about in Africa? Any holdings in Africa
Uh,
or in Asia?
Liberia,
Switzerland.
Switzerland
Switzerland.
isn't.
That's in Europe, not Africa.
Oh,
They're not the same continent.
uh, the Switzerland that's in Africa.
Hang on, I have an idea.
What is it?
So George's home. You want to attack George's home?
What country in Africa? Most
George's home is the land of hentai, correct?
region.
The one-
What country in Africa has the most Swiss population?
If I have to guess,
Two
probably
point-
like a
2.1.
former German,
Alright, thank you.
Italian, or French.
No, this is not giving me Wikipedia. Wikipedia?
Switzerland's like say is a like
Okay,
heterogeneous
there's like
place.
barely any Swiss people living in Africa, so it narrows it down to basically South Africa, Egypt, Tunisia, and Morocco.
I guess
One of
Okay,
those.
so we'll invade all of them.
the most strategic location would be like Egypt, or it's like Suez Canal, I suppose. If not, I guess.
Alright,
South
so
Africa.
Egypt.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Well, you see,
finally,
chicken
the last-
runs on
Nigeria.
Colonel Sanders.
Nigeria, these.
Interesting.
Is there? Are we gonna get Jesse and Raj or something?
Have a cup. Yeah, no, I looked it up on Wikipedia. There's only 4 countries in Africa that had over 1,000 Swiss people living there.
I wonder how many Swiss people live in Australia.
Holy shit, look how many people we have in BC. 13. Haven't seen this many in podcast for a hot minute.
That's quite
Welcome
good.
everybody to podcast/codpass/3 idiots talking without a fourth, because the fourth didn't show the fuck up.
The
And no,
fourth-
I'm not talking about Rich, I'm talking about Ootman.
Ottoman.
He was meant to be special guest for today, but he didn't show the fuck up.
I mean, it's kind of like the Ottoman Empire. It's not a thing anymore.
Wow.
I mean, yes, but he asked to be in podcast, and then didn't show up. He's not even online.
What day is it on Woodman's country?
Did you say what time
He-
we'll be on?
What?
Country.
I assumed he would know. It's the same time every day.
8:20 a.m. Is
He's
he even
feeling it.
awake?
Oh, we got light bulbs.
There is
fitting in
there is
for,
that chance.
Rich,
That's
but
why
we don't
Rich isn't
have-
here, because they just knew they wouldn't be able to wake up in time.
Discord drama. Discord drama is George's not coming back.
Yes,
So
Joe. We have also made the executive decision to have special guests less.
A
There's
lot
there's
of-
nothing more to it.
A
So.
lot changed. We thought of a lot of different things to do for Yeah.
So Trotsky, when you enter your bedroom, do you immediately leave?
Isn't that just Ken's room?
yeah, it probably is.
I mean, this looks kind of similar to my room, but I've got Serb flags everywhere. I meant Bosnian flags. I did not say Serb flags.
So returning
okay,
back
okay,
to-
Mister. Okay, Mister.
continue on.
Okay, Mister Jungle Snow. Jungle Snow. All right, that's a thing that I said.
What are you looking?
Jungle.
Yes,
I
you
don't
said
see
that.
any
Can we quote that?
It's meant to mean
What?
cocaine.
What? How? What?
Surprise.
Colombia.
Liam Master.
What does cocaine have to connect with this shit?
Hey, animate it. You're not even animated. You're narrator. Wrong
What?
hair. Shut.
Oh.
Shut. Oh, you
Is
just
your
left.
mic dying?
Is my mic dying?
We can hear you. I think. I think that's your Australian Ranger.
I
Um,
think.
The Air Master jump scare. Indeed.
So, would the server have any colonies in Asia, or would you just forget about it?
The Philippines. Because for some reason there's a fuck ton of there's a fuck ton of Filipinos here.
Look,
It's alright for, like, the
Australia
rest of
has
my
to be
Southeast
a
Asia.
colony, and I think, and I personally think, George's case, I personally think the management here would do a lot better job managing Australia than our government does.
I didn't hear any of that.
George's basement mods are better than Australian government. Too long didn't read.
Literally.
Can we make I vote for Knuckles for Prime Minister.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Knuckles? You sure that's the best idea?
Okay,
Yes.
Fabius.
Okay,
He-
Australia
he-
Adventures dead.
I mean-
Nope, never mind.
No, am I here?
Do you want a horny Swiss man
yes.
to be the Prime Minister?
Hang on. You guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Alright.
Yes.
What do you want? Do you
PM when
want
we
a
have a
Swiss
console?
man to be Prime Minister of Australia?
Fuck no. The guy will just go on vacation like ScoMo did to Hawaii during the fires last year.
Are you saving turkey flag? Well, yeah, turkey flag do be like that sometimes, but I think another flag that's definitely worth saving a bit more would probably be the Serb flag. I mean Bosnian flag. Someone left.
Someone immediately left when he said that. Congratulations.
Is it
Oh,
because I
okay.
said Serb?
Bullpup shotgun. That is interesting. That is
You got
very
trash.
interesting.
Mercy, can we get some cursed tanks in the chat?
Hang on, is that meant to be a? That's meant to be a.
Warm
That's a pump action. Interesting.
Ah, yes, the first cursed tank.
No, that's not curse. That's kind of blessed because Doggo tank.
It's a Chihuahua though.
Does
True.
the tank cannon even
It lost
work?
almost a function.
I mean, the
that's not
Chihuahua
ideal.
probably
That's usually a result of why the fuck is a T-34 turret on like the worst looking tiger hull
That
ever?
tank image. That tank image is
Hey,
mute
guys,
yourself.
Shut
Shut
the
up,
fuck
mute yourself.
Shut
What?
the fuck up. Shut
Mute
the
your
fuck up.
mic.
You don't have to talk to me, Zach. Shut the fuck up.
Mute your mic. Thank you.
Shut the fuck up. I'm talking stick, bitch.
If you want to say something, use VC chat.
Mouse Stumpunt. Stumtiger.
We had a podcast chat, but then it's gone again. We don't have it anymore.
Bullpup MG. Alright. Seems a little bit far back for the German. That is an.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, that is a German M3 Lee with some type of rounded hole mounted on the top. And that is definitely not a 37mm mic. French dreadnought. Go next
The chat is
here.
now filling
Short
up with
barrel
cursed
Abrams.
tanks and guns.
This is a short barrel Abrams.
Both of which I know very little of, other than they just go boom.
I don't even know what hull that is.
Reject
I
humanity.
know
Post
that is a
cancer.
King Tiger hull. I don't know what. I mean, I know that's a King Tiger turret. I don't. Ferdinand hull. Is this podcast or Codpast? This is Codpast.
But podcast.
This is
Oh,
podcast,
that
but
game.
we're podcasting. We
That
should
game
probably.
can make
I would say you should
stupid
probably
questions.
explain the definition between
Remember,
our new definition between
is-
podcast and podcast. that we're using now, just so
That is a. What is that?
that's confusing.
That's
Uh,
mouse turret. No, back turreted tiger. Doing
for
a
future
tiger.
reference,
No, that's
everyone,
not what it is.
cod pass. A new definition of cod pass is basically when we have really no topic
What a
and we're just
regular
shit
podcast used to
posting.
be.
And podcast is when we actually have a proper topic set in and we're actually, properly doing a podcast. So so unfortunately with Codpass now, you have to stay muted. That's changed. Although for our what's it called again?
The
The end session Codpass is going to work like what we used to do. So yeah.
We've also stopped doing pre-podcast called pass because we would use all our material before we actually got to the actual podcast, so it would be shit. That is a
Yeah.
very long-barreled Luger.
So,
Yeah.
like, speaking of tanks and stuff, what are the tanks used during World War II were from World War One but modernized? Would the Germans still manage to take over Paris and stuff?
No.
You know what I hate when I
You
actually
realize
step
how
on a landmine?
slow First World War tanks were?
They're
You realize
a
how
bit slow.
fucking slow those things were?
They're a bit slow.
Well, compared to World War II variants, they were definitely slow, and even by modern standards,
What?
they are still slow.
The German KV-6.
Interesting.
Oh shit, the long-barreled Luger's real!
So, what about with World War II but with World War One weapons?
Like, for every single side?
Yes, every side.
I don't know, it'd be different.
Would
This,
trenches still be prevalent?
yeah, probably.
How would the strategy of the Germans change now that they have weaker guns?
I have no idea. This is confusing me.
Oof.
Don't put that out of context. Please keep posting out of context shit. It's amazing.
I can
Long Tiger.
I can post
Yes.
something there on my phone. Hold on.
You know my 105. Hey yo, what?
What? Oh.
Hey yo.
Oh.
Hey yo.
What? Why we're starring this?
Tactical
Why we
glue
star
gun. Tactical glue gun.
that star that tactical glue gun that deserves a star.
It
that's-
doesn't, but alright. We've been in Starbull before. I assume that's Animator.
Yes, that is animator. Don't ask why.
Animator, what do you have to say for yourself?
Silence.
I mean, we can't. Anime can't talk.
I mean, yeah.
You can type. What is that? Abomination. That is such a small chassis.
I bet.
I
In
know.
a whole, in general.
Helicopter.
Ah, yes.
I mean, obviously an anti-material rifle is going to be bigger than a 50 cal. That is a big iron. That is a big iron firing a 20mm round. At least.
Perhaps.
Though without tracks, that's not cursed, but I.
I should quickly put a
I'm still on. Jag Sherman. Jag Sherman.
loud.
Jag Sherman.
Ah, yes.
That is a thing.
Indeed,
And that is
that's a thing.
uncomfortable to hold.
You should definitely use that. It won't result in injuries at all.
Okay, here's the thing, if you reverse it,
Okay, yeah, definitely very comfortable to hold then.
you fool. I can spell.
Hey, look, Uthman's online. Yay.
He's not online, but he's here.
Well, he is still
Join
here. We're running out of
M16
ideas.
Uzi.
Is it too
Please
late?
join.
Just fucking join.
I will.
That is a carbine. That is a carbine pistol.
Okay, I'll be right there. Give me a sec to.
You need to get headphones. That's a lot of Bren guns.
Okay, we
It's a lot
Ottoman,
of Bren guns. That is 1, 2, 3. How many Bren guns per of these? Oh, they're all slightly different, are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 machine guns. And they're not even good machine guns. They're not
Well,
HMGs, they're an LMG.
you know what they say? Cope
I
mold
guess.
sieve.
I guess they're for like suppressing fire or something.
I mean, they'll still take out infantry. Also, I doubt you could aim those things.
Yeah, that's why I suggested it was for suppressing fire.
Pressing fire still has to be pointed in a fucking direction. 1 machine gun per 3 tons of the tank. Why do these things happen? Well, I don't know, but also I doubt that picture. I don't think that picture is exactly real.
I
Yeah,
don't
well,
think you're
everyone's
real.
posting cursed guns, and I can't react to it much because I don't know much about guns.
Same. Unfortunately or
I don't
fortunately,
even
depending on how you
recognize
look at
half. Philippine Icepick now have tactical tetanus insertion with 3 firing modes.
Nice.
Dog 1, Dog 2, Dog 3, Dog
it.
4.
That's pretty tog. I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna say that's pretty tog.
Dog 2 is the real one.
Oh, it over there. That moment when the tog.
King Sherman.
Oh, we finally got
Hi.
Ottoman.
Oh,
Hi.
Earthman, are you here? Please say yes if you're here.
No, Ottoman. I think.
Are they not in the
No.
VC?
Damn it. We need the. I think someone raged a bit playing War Thunder there. Which is kind of normal when you play War Thunder. That sort of may result in a that damage may happen to a laptop. No, they were playing CS:GO. Oh, that makes sense.
Playing CSGO.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
it's
said
worse.
League or something, that would make sense as well.
You could just say video game in general.
Okay, that's fucking disgusting.
Oh
That is. God, what the.
no, that is.
Yeah, no.
If you do that again, I'm just not. No.
Like in your keyboard,
Barrel
and not
G34.
with cheese puff dust. Like, actually,
Right.
I don't know. Like,
Okay, there's a fine line between cursed and just downright fucking disgusting.
what, for barrel one or
And
the
you, my
keyboard?
good sir, cross that fucking line.
Are you talking about the tank or the keyboard?
IS-24.
Horny. Someone's horny
No.
apparently.
What is
Who?
that? It's an MG42 receiver. I don't even know what barrel that is. And it's got
Fuck my entire ass. No.
is that a Luger grip?
Did that get
Somebody already
pinged?
posted that image, Napoleon.
Huh. And
Oh.
that also.
We got the keyboard again. I'm going to go commit jump off bridge. I'll be back.
Alright
Okay,
then.
I'm back from jumping off bridge. It was kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
How would you rate your experience?
On the half
Jason?
track.
10 out of 10. I would recommend everyone try to go jump off bridge.
The grand
Especially people who
blue
post disgusting keyboard pictures. They definitely need to try jumping off bridge.
I want a Nerf version of the Garand. Of the
I
Garand.
want a Nerf version
Holy
of the AK-47.
That image is so pixelated. T28 but better. I like how the main gun's not even attached to the tank at that point.
Oh,
We
hey.
got an Ottoman.
Bootman!
We finally got an Ottoman.
So what are your thoughts of World War One?
Okay, we're getting right in. All right. Okay, my thoughts of World War One. Okay, World War One, I generally think is underrated. Not
Yes,
just.
the World War is underrated.
I mean, in terms of people when they usually say, "Oh, I like history" or "I want to learn history," it's never World War One. Like 9 out of 10 times, it's not World War One. And the Great War is actually very exciting to learn about.
As your RP
It's not just simply the lines didn't move.
Red Baron.
I counter this statement by saying, as also one of the RP mods, fuck you.
Okay, World War One is an interesting war. It's not just front lines didn't move and men died, right? There were actual battles and actual planning. It wasn't just it wasn't simply just generals throwing their men at the front lines, right? And everybody always
It
seems
was
to think
almost a
that
crochet, and then they cut the stock off.
We get interesting. We also get some interesting
It's
guns
a
like
budget
the
crochet.
into things like
It's
the
a
Attack of the
budget
Dead Men.
crochet.
We also get that
And
because of
the
World War
budget
One.
Garand. Okay, I just realized the common theme is that you just chop the stock off of both of those. And
Which
also
proves
Garand
that
short
the
barrel.
Russians, I guess, are determined
Don't
enough not
lock with an
to
axe.
try
Alright.
to gas attacks.
the 100 Days Offensive. The 100 Days Offensive was a military operation done by the French, British, and Americans in northern Belgium. Well, actually, and the Belgians too,
The
and
Abrams
all
with legs.
common
Okay.
forces. And it was a success. The German forces were surrendering en masse, and eventually ended with the surrender of Germany as German troops attempted to retreat to the Hindenburg Line. Fortunately, the Hindenburg Line was bypassed by American soldiers, and eventually ended in an Entente victory. And they managed to I think they recapture Brussels? I don't remember. I think by the end of the 100 Days
I'm
Offensive.
not sure. I think they
Didn't
may
they
have.
reach like German territory?
No, they were well. I mean, they did a little bit, but it wasn't during the 100 Days Offensive. They never pushed past Belgium before the Germans surrendered. Though the French did make small gains in Alsace-Lorraine, but that was at the beginning of the war. Like at the beginning of the war, the Germans they launched the Schlieffen Plan, but the French did launch an attack in Alsace-Lorraine. They did win a couple of battles, the French, and they managed to even push into like some German territories. I believe they were trying
Stop
to.
doxing me.
Their goal was to I believe capture the city of Strasbourg, but with the German successes in Belgium and like the rapid advances towards Paris, they kind of panicked and stopped their attacks in Alsace-Lorraine. So
I don't
those kind
remember
of
it
the only
was.
reason.
I don't remember it was either World War One or World War Two, but I know there was a goat in one of them.
A goat? Yeah, there
Yeah.
are lots of goats everywhere. Have you been to Albania? There's a
Yes,
lot of
I
goats.
have.
Yeah.
I'm have you seen my username? I'm Albanian, I think.
Yes,
I mean, I'm
that's
also
true.
a Serb, Bosnian, Polish, Kosovoan, Australian, but we don't mention the Serb.
Yeah, you keep actively mentioning this by having it in your fucking name.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
You don't want us to
You
mention it. There's
you're
one
just
easy step.
hallucinating. And that's what? What easy step? You just can't simply stop being a Serb, unfortunately.
Yes, you can. It's called handing in your citizenship.
Okay.
You do that, you're not Serbian anymore.
Indeed. Red
Why
and
is there
black.
Albanian stuff here?
Because Albania.
Thanks for the great explanation.
Goodman,
No
have you
problem.
watched the movie
What?
1917?
I haven't. I have seen a couple of clips. I have not watched the movie entirely. Fortunately,
Hmm.
how is it a good movie?
It is a very good movie.
I should watch it because I remember. I think the movie was about the was it the life of like a runner?
Kind of.
Like there were basically these messengers in World War II where they had to like run from trench to trench delivering messages because back then they didn't have like
I
good
mean, basic plot of the
radios.
movie is there's two boys who need to deliver a message. Another regiment to stop an attack that if that proceeds could result in death of over 300,000 men.
Mm.
The
Other
BC
like
is still putting
Also known
messages
basically
down.
as suiciding a heavily defended trench.
okay, sounds like Passchendaele. Cough.
I mean, yeah, it's not Passchendaele. They never actually named the battle, so I think it is kind of the only real concepts we get in the movie that it's after the Somme.
After the song, I see.
Um, I don't think it's actually. I don't think it's actually specifically a specific battle in World War One. I think it's kind of they made up their own stuff, their own little area of it.
I see.
They didn't have
That
to
actually brings me.
contend with all the
Actually,
people yelling at them for being historically inaccurate because they didn't portray this one battle to the finest of fucking details.
Like, like the wind speed
that
or
does.
something.
If
Okay,
battle.
the trenches in that movie were historically inaccurate. Cough. No, but either way, that brings me to like uh, this next movie. Have you heard of Passchendaele? The
Yes.
movie, not the battle. I
Oh
watched it.
no, I
Actually, I
haven't.
think it. Okay, it's probably because it's a Canadian movie. It's actually a movie about the Canadian perspective at Passchendaele. Just one guy specifically who was like a commander who had like the horrors of war fresh in his memory. I think he killed like a German child or something. It was a teenager or something. But either way, this guy kind of
Their
just
children.
it's just him. No, the kid was like 17 that he killed or
Oh,
16. But
dead people.
They still. I don't think the Kaiser sent children to fight in World War One. I don't
No,
think
but
because
people tended to lie about their age because nationalism.
oh yeah, because they wanted adventure or something in the war, and then they ended up well, what poor fools. They all wanted adventure that their country promised them, and all they got
Engineer
were sitting in trenches with
crying,
rats and frostbitten
frostbitten
feet.
foot, crying themselves to sleep, and then PTSD
I mean,
afterwards.
What was the
all these
really
stories
bad
of
foot
people lying
disease?
their
It
way
was
into
like trench foot.
conscription.
Athlete's foot, or is it? No, I think it's trench foot. I know
It's
athlete's
trench
foot
foot.
is.
Yeah, trench foot
Yeah,
was
I
like
understand it only half.
terrible.
Is
Have you seen
the
pictures? Have you seen
Yes.
pictures of French foot? I don't even think I can like show them in
DM them.
JJP
Yeah, you
in
have to
fear of
DM
like
people.
fair enough.
gore. Like it's
It is pretty
actually
bad.
awful.
It is. I looked at when I was doing some stuff in history, like year 10. I obviously trench foot was brought up because of World War One, and I was like, okay. I was thinking to myself, how possibly bad could it be? Never think that if you're going to search before searching up trench foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on. Actually, I think I can
Let's
send a
like go
picture. I don't think
for
it's too
most
bad with
things
the
on
ball.
the internet.
That's what trench foot looked like. It was crazy. Like these men literally had to live with this. Like I can't fathom how you can like
Didn't they end up
possibly
having to?
sit in a
Didn't they
trench
like
foot.
piss on their shoes or something? Because wasn't that a thing they did?
I'm not sure actually. I think they actually
I,
had like proper washrooms where you just you'd go. I don't think they actually had to like you know do
piss
it
on
in
their
their
shoes.
boots. I don't know.
You
Would
can
have.
swear here. We've got two Australians. This podcast is never getting monetized.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not gonna
And
swear.
Richard's here. We've got the sailor and two Australians.
Aw,
What
cute
about
little
Declan.
the other theaters like in Africa, the Middle East, the Pacific, and
Africa?
the East?
Okay, let me actually talk a little about the African. The African front was actually it's actually pretty exciting. It's not simply just oh yeah, the Germans lost their colonies. The Germans actually put up a fight. I mean, of course,
Yeah, I
in
know.
some
Was it
areas like
in East Africa, I believe?
so, not just East Africa, actually in West Africa as well. Cameroon was basically a fortress. The capital was under siege since 1914 and managed to
my
hold out until
My apologies. My
1916.
internet crashed.
Can we fundraise you a new
Don't worry,
modem or something?
sorry. Oh, he's okay. Well, either way, I'm going to keep talking so that you guys don't get bored. Regardless, the provincial capital of the German colony of Cameroon actually held out till 1916, with French repeated assaults on the city completely failing until eventually the Germans did start running out of supplies. There, there were cracks in their defense. So eventually, they did retreat and escape back to Germany. But they put up a really good fight with guerrilla warfare, despite being outnumbered almost, what was it, 8-1, I think? They put up a heavy resistance. Meanwhile, German East Africa was a totally different scenario. They started off with, the British, I forgot
It
what the
was
city
mainly
was.
guerrilla warfare, right? In East
It was
Africa.
mostly guerrilla warfare. I believe the British first attacked Tanga. I forgot what the city name was. And the British commander was so cocky. He literally sent the German general Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck. He sent him an ultimatum saying, "If you surrender, I'll leave your men alive." Like he was literally just telling him to surrender, and he gave him 3 days. In these 3 days, Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck he masterfully constructed a defense of the city, and he even got a couple of reinforcements to hold the city, and eventually he ended up beating the British. And I think the battle was called the Battle of the Bees. During the battle, the Germans used to like shoot at like beehives so that they chased like the British soldiers away. Eventually, the battle ended when like out of 10,000 British soldiers, 1,000 of them were killed, 2,000 were wounded. So they had
Didn't
lost like a third of their numbers,
Hey,
and the German
Oliver.
casualties were really light. But yeah.
I've got a
didn't they
question.
like last until the end of World War I or something?
Yeah, they did. Paul, he continued to wage guerrilla warfare in German East Africa until the very end of the war, where he only stopped when he was given a letter of Germany's surrender.
You're a senior mod. What happened to Julius?
Last I
Uh,
heard of him was
I
during New
Is
Year's, I
he
believe.
is he dead? Is Julius dead?
he
He was
hasn't
last
been talking
spotted
so
in
long,
January,
even
I
with
think.
staff. No,
Sorry,
he
could you?
actually came here.
Last
He
time he
hasn't.
spoke was on New Year's Day.
Yeah, last time it was New Year's Day.
It was
Yeah.
on New Year's Eve. Sorry.
New Year's Eve for him, but New Year's Day for us.
Yeah, that was it. He hasn't talked since then, and I have no idea where
Do we
he
He's
have
in.
any
is,
other
what he's doing.
Swiss people here?
Do you have anyone
Uh,
who's in New York that can possibly find
No,
a
we need a
very
Swiss
sexy
person.
bearded man? No, isn't he in New
I
York?
have I have
From what I
Swiss
last
chocolate.
heard,
Is that good?
he left New York by the time of New Year, I think.
I mean, I have Swiss chocolate, and yet he hasn't. He hasn't appeared to my house either. I mean, only once, and that was terrifying.
Can you describe your encounter?
He was very horny.
Okay, that's all we
I
need to know.
um okay, that's Trotsky, why do you hate Paris? Like there's nothing wrong with Paris other than the fact that the
It's because he's
city is very
French.
dirty. He's like Southern French. Like I've never seen a French guy more French than him. Like even
The north and
French
south
people are not as
divide of
French as
Doesn't
him.
mean
France.
French.
And he's a French person who
Because
lives in Colombia.
no, he's Spanish. He's not French. It's fake. Like
No,
I
no,
bet
no,
he's
no, no,
just
no, no,
faking
no,
that
no,
he's
no. He's
French.
Canadian. He's Canadian.
I thought
And
he's
he's
like a British Falklander.
It's
French. You know,
I got an idea for a little thing. There you go.
okay. You see, we're supposed to be a professional podcast. It's
Professional.
yeah, we're
Professional. Yeah,
professional.
right.
What kind of stuff does Joe
Really.
Rogan do? I don't
Exist.
know. I don't know what Joe
Chimps.
Rogan does.
Exist. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Why is somebody streaming?
Someone started streaming. What are they
Yeah.
streaming?
YouTube check.
I got bored.
He's
Okay,
he's
trust.
streaming. He's streaming YouTube.
Why?
Trust. Trust. You
Probably
seriously can't
shouldn't.
He's
unironically think
streaming YouTube.
that the
You'll
Alright.
South
have
is
to.
better than the North.
If I guess if
Or
you're watching
something.
this light bulb, you'll have to edit it out. I guess.
I'm not watching it.
Okay.
Yeah,
What video are you? What video is that?
He's just on YouTube.
What video is he
Searching
on?
up Gundam related content.
I don't know who that guy
Okay.
is. Oh,
Hello.
somebody else joined.
Better Trotsky.
Yeah.
Welcome, Better
Okay,
Trotsky.
I'm
You
gonna,
may relieve us
I'm gonna,
of the not Better Trotsky. There is no. Well, clearly there is, because they're in the VC.
Trotsky,
You are
you're
not.
literally Mexican.
Clearly, you are not the best you, because there is a better Trotsky.
You'll
Here.
just have to rename yourself the even better Trotsky.
That's
Okay, well,
anyway.
or something.
All right, all
like
right.
something wrong like that.
I'm gonna talk about what was it a common historical misconception. Okay, there was more specifically the incident where Pepsi supposedly had the was it fourth or fifth largest navy?
Oh
I don't
yeah,
Then
remember,
I
but
can sell
yeah.
it for
there
like
was
Six
the
or
It was
seven.
there was
no, it was a
there
six, I
was
think.
there
Six
was
or
a
seven.
rumor. Oh,
it's
six.
scrapped,
I'm not
right?
sure.
It
There
was. I
was
think
there was a
it was around that number.
no, hold on. So there was a a rumor that kind of spread in along around the internet that Pepsi had the sixth the largest navy. Essentially, the story was Pepsi wanted to sell, I think
They wanted to sell.
Secretary General
They
Nikita
wanted to sell
Khrushchev really
their
loved Pepsi. Khrushchev loved it. He wanted to sell it to like the
Okay,
Soviet
not
population.
just him, but the Soviets kind of just loved Pepsi, but it was kind of hard for them to sell being an American company in the Soviets. So the
and their
deal
current.
was that
Because
the
Cold
Soviets
War.
would sell some old redundant.
Uh, eh. No, it was more like the reason why they couldn't sell was not because it was an American drink, but because the Soviet ruble was
It's
worthless. Why?
worthless.
Because
Basically, the Soviet
yeah,
ruble is
because
only worth something
Because of
inside
the
the Soviet
economical
Union.
differences to the United States,
So if you
and
take any of the
this,
Soviet
it
ruble
was hard for
outside
them
of
to
the
be
US,
based
outside of the
in
USSR,
both.
the Soviet ruble is basically worthless outside of the USSR. So originally they actually traded vodka for Pepsi syrup, where it was bottled inside Russia. Again,
Vodka.
when
yeah,
that
but
deal came out,
eventually,
they eventually ended up the USSR traded decommissioned submarines and other related stuff for more Pepsi Cola syrup.
Yeah,
now
but the problem is this
here's
deal didn't actually
Here's
go
the deal.
through since the Soviet Union kind of just collapsed before it went through. So
yeah,
Pepsi never actually
essentially
got their
no
hands on
they
those ships.
And they're
so
streaming
so,
again.
so here. I'm just gonna how
I'm
do you
so
stop
sorry, my
people?
guy.
Right, not
Please,
talking stick.
we
Not talking
will
stick.
have to get we will get a mod to mute you if you do talk again.
Why are you saying a mod? There's literally one who has the right to speak.
Yeah,
Also, there's not
yeah,
even a mod.
Ottoman.
There's a senior
There
mod.
were.
There's a difference. Come on.
There's a
What is
difference.
the difference
I
between
have a
those?
different color.
Yeah,
Well,
that's about it.
either way, moving on. It the deal. It's not that it never happened. It was never going to happen. The Soviets. So one even if the deal went through or they had decided on the deal, it wasn't even going to bring Pepsi to top six. Not even top 10. It was
No,
the name
yeah.
was too
Even
small.
then, even if the deal
Did
had
you
gone through, it
like?
wouldn't have been anywhere close.
It was literally a handful of submarines. I think it was, and
There's
then
a handful
one cruiser.
of submarines and
Yeah.
like a cruiser and a destroyer or two.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
It was. That's so small. You really think that's gonna bring you to top six? Well,
You're
do you really
welcome
It was
once
like
underestimate
again.
world
it was
navies?
And they
like
were
smaller than
decommissioned anyway.
Portugal's. Fucking
Yeah,
Portugal's.
They were decommissioned. It's not like they would have done anything in the first place.
No.
that
They would
too.
have probably
And then,
scrapped it
They
or
probably
something.
yeah, they would have just sold it for scrap metal, which I think a lot of people thought they end up doing. But
I mean, literally, that
and
was the
on
intention. They would buy the ships, um, and then they would scrap them for profit.
yeah, get scrap
and
metal.
on top of that, the Soviets weren't even going to sell, naval ships. That's ridiculous. They were actually going to sell heavy liners, so like transport ships, to the company, and then even that didn't go. Like in the end, it all didn't go through. So that was just on
Yeah,
top
because
of
the Soviet
just that
Union
was just adding
collapsed.
injury. Yeah, it collapsed, which is the reason why they couldn't
It's
send them
like
the
one of those
headliners.
situations where there was this tank design in the process, but it never actually got built because the war just ended. It's the same thing. Pepsi never got a navy because the Soviet Union collapsed.
Yeah.
Anyway, hang on.
Alright, I got an idea. There we go.
What is
if all
this?
historical myths were okay. What if all historical myths were reality? There's
How
this
different would
historical
this
myth.
be?
There's a historical myth that Germany would have
Every
won World
single
War
one of
II
them.
if they produced the mouse tank. So
The mouse
Germany
wasn't
won World.
anything war-winning. It would have maybe changed a
It
few
was
battles, but that it eventually would have just gotten bombed
It's
no,
a great historical
that
myth.
thing.
or
The Ottoman
captured or
Empire never
something.
collapsed.
It wouldn't have won a single battle. That thing was even more impractical than the King Tiger. The King Tiger suffered. More than half King Tigers didn't even fire a single shot before breaking down and being abandoned. Half, and I think
My
860
one of
were
my
built.
favorite niche stories involving a king tiger was the fact that one got taken out by a Sherman just dead ass ramming it, and
Oh,
it
what?
broke the turret drive. It broke the turret
I
drive,
mean,
so
I
the crew
wouldn't.
bailed out.
I wouldn't be surprised if literally a bird landed on a King Tiger and then the entire thing collapsed.
No, it explodes.
The bird shit
think-
cooks off the ammunition.
Bring that
Weren't
into
there,
War Thunder.
Weren't there other
There was
historical
a
myths set way earlier though? Like prior to World War II and stuff?
There is
okay. There were definitely
millions.
other
There is
historical myths.
millions, mate.
There was a historical myth that the Armenian Jenna cough. Okay, I'm not
Okay,
gonna make that
that's
joke.
fitting for your provocative.
Okay, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Cool Ottoman facts.
Let's see here. Historical myths. I don't know that many actually. I think there are historical myths that I think.
Wait, would this count as a historical myth? Australia is not real? Would that be a...
I know there's
That's an
the
actual thing.
historical
People
myth.
fucking believe that.
Yeah.
There's a historical myth that in Thermopylae, the 300 Spartans were up against 1 million Persian soldiers, which is ridiculous. 1 million. What?
I know what it may
like-
be something. It's because it's Greek. I know with a lot of Greek stuff and other things, it can be exaggerated. So it may be
Yeah.
this may be a example of just Greek
was-
historians exaggerating things for drama. Because again, there's evidence of that actually happening in previous other stuff. Because obviously
It's not Greek historians. These are people back then actually writing it. And I think I forgot who the
it may be around then.
who the
I don't know.
give me a
It's
second.
examples before things can get exaggerated pretty quickly when it comes to Greece.
If I remember correct, who's the historian who wrote the numbers? Herodotus? No,
I
it wasn't
think I
Herodotus.
have no idea because I'm not checking.
Well, I think I'm
No,
sure.
no, I don't
There's
think anyone's
certainly
watching your
a thing,
stream.
What?
There's certainly a thing, light bulb.
Thing.
There's okay, JV. That is interesting. Cough.
I just heard a yawn.
There's a
Yeah,
very JV thing to say.
Very cheap.
I did a yawn.
What other
You
historical?
want us to read
historical-
your yawn or something?
Communist Manifesto.
Uh,
I would read that.
No, we don't need to read
You
the
know-
Communist Manifesto.
Oh, well,
Somebody
that's
Yeah.
already did that
Yeah.
earlier in this server, right? I'm
You
pretty
know,
sure
someone
that-
did.
Probably.
So someone challenged me
I think one of them read Mein Kampf, I think. I think back in like what was it like um late 2020 something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're discussing here.
Uh, the Communist Manifesto.
JJB
That
history.
book, you know,
JJB
the Communist Manifesto should be put in the fiction section of like any library.
The George's Basement Manifesto. George's
The the Julius Basement Manifesto is just everybody is cringe. I don't know. Okay, I don't know where I was going with
Everyone's
this.
cringe and horny. I don't know.
That's about it. Yeah.
Let's.
That's the thing because not a
No, it will probably be insert Sabaton horny posting and George's legs.
Oh my
yeah, that makes
goodness.
sense.
The legs are important.
You know, there was some. I remember a while back, someone challenged me to defend the Janissary system. There was okay, so for those who don't know what the Janissary system is,
They're like
essentially, I think back in the 1400s or late 1400s and early 1500s, basically Ottoman soldiers would would take like the poorest orphan families. They didn't discriminate. Okay, they did. There was a common misconception that it was just Orthodox. It was actually Orthodox, Jewish, Muslim, Catholic. They took whatever they could get. Essentially, they took like the poorest orphan families, even despite like mothers and fathers' protests. So they kind of like just snatched children away forcefully, and eventually they convert them to Islam, and then they train them to become high government officials or elite soldiers. These elite soldiers were obviously called janissaries, hence the name janissary system. Most of them did. Most majority actually took government positions with like the people who were not very smart, becoming janissaries. Now the people, consider this
It
act,
really did light bulb,
barbaric.
didn't it?
yeah, it did.
Like, like, okay, don't worry, you guys can input. I'm just waiting for you
I
guys.
think you're just
But
picking the topics that we can't really say much about.
I'm not really that.
uh,
I like history, but I'm not really that knowledgeable in history around that topic, around the topics, on those topics.
Yeah, I think that's the main problem
so
for
so
us.
For
early
example,
Sometimes we just
I'm
don't know that
mostly, for
topic.
example, I'm more interested in obviously I think by my name, history related to the Balkans and the Soviet Union and Poland.
you you forget this is the Balkans.
Europe.
We're talking about we're talking about the Ottoman Empire here.
Oh yeah.
And but the Janissary system did mostly affect the Balkan region. They essentially took orphans from the European areas and turned them into soldiers and government officials. Now people kind of look at this, and they're like, "Oh yeah, look at this act of barbarism," by the Ottoman government. And usually, when they condemn the Ottomans, uh, they usually look at this specific time period. But the thing with the Janissary system is that it was actually for the time period, it was quite humane compared to the other stuff that Europeans were doing. Like serfdom was running rampant in Europe, where orphans were basically put
European
as
Europe.
slaves.
Alright then.
Europe, European, Western,
You
Western
can't say
Central
I
European,
European.
suppose
can you?
I European. I say
I
Europeans.
suppose the whole fact of taking someone from their family can be frowned upon, but in some cases they're actually getting decent careers as government officials.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Which
And they become
is
rich.
yes, that's actually like think about it practically. That's actually a good thing for these people because you said they're poor people. They wouldn't have actually gotten this opportunity and other opportunities.
They
They
wouldn't
probably
have.
would have still lived in poverty. But I can see the argument of forcibly taking someone from their family can be seen as quite barbaric in some points. But the
Yeah,
fact is, they're getting a better. It depends. How were they treated? Were they abused or were they treated? Were they treated okay?
they were
Because
Weren't the
treated well.
Janissaries
They
like
were given.
some elite corps or something?
It was an elite army. Basically, these were the best of the best in the
yeah,
Ottoman army.
okay. So they're treated well. They got good careers and they got out of poverty.
Now,
Again,
please don't take this the wrong way. I don't condone
no, I'm not
this
saying we should
action.
do that. I'm just saying they actually like it's way better than what Australia did when we took children from parents. When our country did that
Yeah,
in the
like
1930s.
what was this? I've never heard of
Yes.
this. You
There
guys
was there was
conscripted
a
brave boy
no, we didn't.
soldiers to fight against the evil emu armies. These men
Maybe
left their
it
homes,
was
went
basically
on the
they would go around to Aboriginal to Indigenous communities and they would take any child who could be passed off as European or white. They would take them from their family and then basically I don't particularly remember where they would go to these places where basically supposedly it was going to teach them to integrate into society.
Oh my
Another
goodness.
thing.
I've never heard of this, but that's
Yes, it's one of the
why?
many things that our government likes to try to keep remain silent, but we learn about it in this
Yeah, I can
school.
definitely see why.
The Germans did that in World War II, where they take like people who were like from Jewish and Polish families that looked Aryan and kind of just kidnap them.
Hmm.
Well, why were
Yeah,
you Australians doing
he's
that? Oh,
making it
goodness.
sound a little bit worse than it is, but it is still pretty fucking bad.
It's fucked up.
Because
Like
it's
there's no way around
basically
it. It's really
most
fucked
of the
up.
time it's when the public is out has too much outcry and the government can't actually deport them.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of the time they just get put in these basically camps.
It was like
Alright, it's time for another picture thing.
My
Oh,
thoughts of
very offensive curse word.
yes, I fucking
What
hate
the
when
hello?
people are polite to me. Jesus Christ, stop saying hello.
Oh wow, I see how it is, huh? You're discriminating against Canadians, huh? Just because they're polite.
I think I did angry British person.
Angry
You
British
no,
person.
no, you still sound very much Australian.
No. No.
I
And yeah, I forgot about something.
I was watching like what was it, a weird I don't know, really light bulb. Really. I was
I
watching
think
you guys know
something alive.
you guys know Armchair Historian, the YouTuber?
Yet.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
honestly love his videos. His videos are like perfect, absolutely great. His the animations are really good. Like he does a lot of mostly World War II kind of stuff, but either way, it's still wonderful. Like the animations are great, the art style's great, the commentating is like superb, and like I started to really like his videos. You guys should definitely watch them. Like Trotsky, you said you can't watch his entire videos. You're missing out on a lot. Like There was a video where it was how the
Didn't you start
Prussians
watching a video and
destroyed.
then finish watching it later, Trotsky?
You do watch them when you can. Okay, well, I like. I think like there were some really great videos. There was one video about the Franco-Prussian War. They went into depth. There was this funny.
Hmm.
There was a very funny fun fact he wrote. It was like French soldiers were so bad at mobilization that like some people rallied off in uh, in Algiers, and like they traveled from France to like Algeria and rallied in rally points before they realized they had to rally in France to fight the Germans. So these men literally traveled to North Africa from France, okay, armed themselves with like the guns and stuff and equipment, and then they realized, oh wait, we're supposed to be in Europe. Like that's how bad it was. They didn't even have like good enough maps. It was pretty funny to learn about
Speaking
that.
of YouTube, do any of you have YouTube alternate accounts for viewing certain videos? As in for like not getting their YouTube history fucked. Also the recommendations.
Oh, the
What?
recommendations.
Incognito mode.
Alright, that's
I
Incognito?
interesting.
mean,
But
Indigo mode.
how about like a separate
I
YouTube account just mainly for viewing stuff?
Is it for you to watch horror
I
content or something?
I sort of had that, but I don't use it anymore.
So what were you saying?
I
Australian?
only recently actually got a YouTube account, so I have no.
What did you recently?
It
You've
doesn't
never been
seem worth the
watching?
effort.
I
When you could just like sign out.
I mean,
No, I've
so
been
that you
watching. I
can
just haven't been. I've just
subscribe.
been using it. I just haven't been using it with an account.
Shame you should be subscribing.
Have you subscribed to the podcast?
Is it? Wait, is that an?
Yes,
Isn't an
I have an
actual
account
YouTube
now, but
Yes,
for like the
we
past
actually
3
created a channel.
years, I
We
haven't.
should probably leak it in the VC chat. Wanna post a link, Australian Ranger?
I would, but the moment I do anything, my internet crashes.
Okay, I can get one up then.
Also,
Unfortunately.
podcast is now slowly dying.
Yeah, it's
Back
around
down
that
to
time
10.
anyway.
We reached a max
Okay.
of like 15 though.
This is
Okay,
around the
okay,
time the podcast dies down. But before everyone
We've been going for like
dies,
an hour and a half. Yeah.
here's a link to the channel. Subscribe,
Yay.
hit the notification bell thing. We're doing a free Amazon gift card. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe. Ottoman Empire. Also, you also
You
first
will
episode
win
being released.
exactly $0.
Ottoman Empire. Not
Yes,
Ottoman
it has.
The official, the first episode's up, so if people are interested, give that a watch. Give that a cheeky
Yeah.
watch.
There's
Indeed.
no
Yes, give
thumbnail
that a
yet
watch,
because
boys.
I'm not the guy responsible for making the thumbnail. Get
I
somebody
can do.
else to do it.
I can probably give a shot at thumbnails once because I'm going to be doing a design course, so I could probably do that. Probably. Don't quote me on this.
Alright then.
Don't quote me.
I'll work
Repost it
on.
in
I'll work on
PC
like
chat.
titles and. I'll work on like titles and stuff.
Yeah, I'll do thumbnails then. I guess.
I know how to use Photoshop.
So
it's not.
I mean, if you want to, if you want to do a thumbnail.
You could submit a design.
So returning back to our
sure.
topic thing, what's the most common place of origin for the people here in Asia?
Why do you assume I'm
Probably
from Asia?
Philippines or Indonesia.
Is there
No,
any
yeah,
specific
probably
reason
Indonesia.
why?
I've seen, like there are so many Indonesians. There's like there's Fa. There was Tov. Tov. Yeah. But either way, he
Top's
was no. Was he
Indonesian?
Malay? Was he Malay or Indonesian? I forgot. I think Todd was either Malay or Indonesian. I think there was an
Despi's
old time
Indonesian.
where he was. Yeah, Despi is
But
Indonesian as well.
I personally know more Filipinos, namely.
Yeah, there's
I can only think
there's
of like more off the top of my head, but that's only because they're in chat.
Also, we got
Ligma.
13 subs on the channel.
Oh, okay. We should celebrate our 10th subscriber.
Let's do a 10
13.
subscriber podcast special. Or 13 subscriber podcast special. I don't know.
Whatever.
Featuring Ottoman.
Is there
Featuring
any
the Ottoman
specific
Empire.
reason? The
No,
ambassador of
I'm-
the Ottoman Empire is here and is in Canada for some reason. Probably a diplomatic
Yes, I am.
post.
The Ottoman ambassador's
I am
here,
here.
and they're Canadian.
They're
I
called
indeed
Canadian.
am, yes. For
So
those of
I-
you who didn't know, I am
I will
I
sling
am
my enormous
Algerian,
subscriber
Bosnian,
special.
and I live in Canada. More specifically, I live in Ontario. So, hello, Eastern Time boys. Did you know that?
I am an Australian time person. I'm a Bosnian
Ah.
time person.
So you're an hour behind, Rich.
I'm definitely a Bosnian. Like, I'm not Australian, I'm
That's-
definitely Bosnian.
Zdravo. Right, yeah. A fake
Your
Bosnian.
name.
You can't even say. You
Now the
can't even
Trotskys
say.
are fighting it out
Well,
in BC
according to
chat.
some people, I have the reincarnated powers of Tito.
The two Trotskys are now fighting it out in BC chat for some reason.
This is entertainment
Trust
here.
me, I'm not
Entertainment.
gonna take part.
This is
Even-
true
yeah, don't get
entertainment here.
involved. Don't get involved. Both
What?
of them hate you.
I know. I definitely know that.
Oh, you're talking
You're
about
the better
hating Ottoman.
Trotsky. Wait, man, it's the better
People hate
Trotsky.
me.
The best Trotsky. But
Okay,
still
okay,
gay
guys,
by
we need to
Blaine.
seriously think of a topic, before it dies completely.
Maybe like
Uh,
a reason
I'm
for
kind of fine with
Yoda
it dying at this point.
Yes.
I kind of want to go to bed. Jet
Funny
stream
is so-
yeah, beloved. Here's another thing. The two biggest memes on the internet right now are basically the skeleton appears and fucking Metal Gear Solid and fucking Metal Gear Solid Revengeance.
Rising.
Yeah, okay, I mean, to be honest, some of them are pretty funny. Like, I like it when it's like, oh, cyberbullies trying to bully me, but I turn off my computer. And then you put in, like, the Metal Gear, the GIF. It's hilarious.
Me watching Trotsky's argue.
I've seen so many Team Fortress 2 memes. Like, they're always like weird remakes. Oh, she did the meme.
I find Team Fortress 2 memes to be quite enjoyable.
And it's just because they're very easily recreatable in like SFM form.
I think I have the full song to that. I'm gonna post it later when the
Speaking of,
pod is sober.
And speaking of MGSR Rising, I've got a copy of it. Where is it? I need to find it.
So you walk away from the microphone. Nice.
Yes, I do, because I'm going to my bookshelf where I have all my 360 games. Here it is. Yeah, I bought a copy like a few years ago, and 360
Yeah,
was.
Trotsky, to be fair, okay. Well, I mean, you guys did fight. Like, the French at Dunkirk, contrary to popular belief, did put up heavy resistance against the Germans. The Germans were taking heavy casualties, pushing through towards Dunkirk. Essentially, it was the French. Like, everybody goes like, oh yeah, the French are cowards, right? But the French were in the front, defending against the Germans, while the British were running away. As in, the British weren't fighting. It was mostly the French that were holding the line at Dunkirk, and everybody gives credit to like everybody's like, oh yeah, French were cowards. No, they weren't. They fought hard. I mean, in the end, they did surrender. Um, the French did ended surrendering at Dunkirk, but not before they put up a resistance and allowed what was it almost 400,000 British to escape Dunkirk, which that's the you can't deny that France played its role in the evacuation of Dunkirk. As for the rest of the war, let's just say the rest of the invasion of France was mostly spent them running back, just running away constantly.
Something I find quite
Poor
interesting
guys.
when I was reading about history, especially World War II, was the treatment of the German occupation of Paris. I found to be quite interesting to read about. And basically how the city fell from grace during that period of time. I
Well,
found
I mean,
I
it's
found that quite interesting. Also, hopefully, here's have a photo of MGS rising, and
it's
for some reason, I just have a British copy. I have a European copy of the game, and they just put stickers on it to say with the Australian rating.
but why?
I don't know. It's sometimes with Australian games, they don't print them. They don't print Australian versions. We just get the European version because same region, same like region code. So they just either they put stickers on them, or they can't be fucked, and we just have Peggy, and we just have that.
Interesting.
The sticker for the on the side of the case is coming off on this one, but yeah,
Now,
and
now
then
Trotsky, Patain kind of did care about Paris. The guy thought what he was doing was like genuinely good for the French people. Like he was like, we need to collaborate with the Germans, otherwise they're gonna, Holocaust us all. And he actually thought what he was doing was good. Whether what he was doing was acceptable or not, that's up to historical. I'm not a historian. I can't really interpret it. I like he did make a mistake. He shouldn't have, sided with the Germans. Compliance, maybe, but to side with the Germans, I'm going to leave that to the historians to decide whether he was truly a criminal or not. I'm not one to judge. But yeah, he actually thought what he did was good for the French people in his trial. He was like, I'm going to let the French people decide because I honestly think what I did was good for France. He ended up being sentenced to life in prison. No, I think he was sentenced to death, but then de Gaulle specifically wanted that he was not killed. I think it was just because I'm not sure it was because of his old age or because de Gaulle took pity on him or something. I'm not sure, but either way, he got life imprisonment. But by imprisonment, I mean in a comfortable house. Yes.
Yes, what a great punishment.
He wasn't senile. Come on. He was
Fair enough,
like
I suppose.
he wasn't senile. No way. He is the oldest French head of state, but like, so what? He's still. I mean, technically, like he was head of state, only for a short while. He was just a puppet in the end. Who was kind of driven a little cuckoo, thinking, "Oh, if I let my
And now everyone
population."
is silent as we all listen to it, man. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Guys,
think I might head off since
yeah,
I'm
we
extremely
had about
tired
an hour and
and
a half of the podcast, so I think that's it.
yeah, no,
I
no,
think
no,
this
we've
is a
been
good
going
time
for
to
like
end.
We've been going for like maybe
least.
2 hours, like just
No,
over 2 hours.
2 hours.
I'm
No,
gonna check
not
the
2
over
hours.
2
We
hours.
afterwards to see how
Yeah.
long
So
it is.
last words. I'm just gonna actually share a video
We really
about
should.
Felipe.
Hour and a half. We've been going for an hour and a half doing
Yeah,
that.
we
No,
should
no,
end
no,
it
no,
now.
no.
So-
I mean, I'm just
To
giving.
get
I'm just giving the
final
link.
words from Australian guy himself.
Oh,
Just
I actually watched one of their videos, which was the occupation of Paris.
hold on. Let's not discuss it. We're trying
Yeah.
to end it here.
I
We'll
was just
discuss
mentioning
it next time if we have time. But yeah,
if we have
it's a
Final
good video.
words.
I would recommend.
Alright, final words. Thank you everybody for watching and cooperating with the changes we're making. If you're
Please,
watching this on
hit
YouTube,
that
I'm surprised it actually got this far.
blah, blah,
Don't
blah,
you
blah.
worry. I'm just as surprised as you are. And I don't know, do
Hit
things
the like button,
with your life.
subscribe,
Ideally,
thumbs up.
drink water,
Also,
stay
check out
hydrated.
check out the channel as we've got the first episode uploaded. Hope you guys enjoy that. As it
It's
was
gonna be
recorded
weird
at the
to
time
say
of
when,
recording.
months ago.
It's gonna be weird to say when this is uploaded.
As again, I'm just gonna
Um,
post the link up again.
one for
Here it
the-
is.
If you've discovered this channel and not the server, join the server. It'll be linked in the channel description.
Link in the description, and it also in the description of videos as well.
That,
Okay, I'm at it.
that's about it. My internet's dying.
And see you all out.
So,
Cue
yep.
the outro music.
Keep it cheeky breeky. Keep it cheeky breeky.
Everybody
wait,
subscribe and
We
watch.
should probably say.
And
And I want to give thanks to our special guest Ottoman for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you as a guest
Thank you,
today.
Eden.
the pleasure is mine.
Even though you kinda took the spotlight from all of us.
No, I think
I
I
really
personally
do
think
apologize.
special guests they take spotlight. It's a good
Fair
thing.
enough. So
Hopefully I
cue
can,
the outro music now.
We don't even have outro music.
Just add it in the editing thing.
Yes, that you're the one who's doing the editing.
Make the outro music the
Also,
Yeah,
Ottoman
that is-
marching
like in
song.
the DMs or
Noise I'm
something.
making.
Oh yes, you can have that for this podcast. Ottoman ending song. Also, I walked away from that mic, so
We can tell.
That's why.
how can you? Shocking.
Yes.
Shock Pikachu face.
And here's where it
Anyway.
actually ends.